Hello, once more.
Go again.
Hello.
Okay, so where were we?
Good question. Where were we?
We know that.
We had just.
So we were talking about parsing the command line.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So parsing the command line for combining stuff, crafting. What else were we going to talk about? So turn combo limits. Okay. Exits. So yeah, again. Oops, that's not it. Part 3. Sorry, trying to do like 5 things at once and all of them are annoying. So, okay. So what we have for exits right now, destroyable, removable, closable, lockable. One-time closable exit is, like a destroyable exit. Probably have is destroyable. If true, the exit can only be closed one time. Because afterwards it is destroyed. Okay, something like that. And probably have a closing message. Is there anything else that you can think of we should talk about in regards to exits?
Exits. I don't believe so.
Okay.
We do need to handle teleporting. I'm not sure if that would require anything of exit or not. Or no, I guess it wouldn't. We would get the adventurer's current room and then set it to some random other room.
Huh? Oh, we don't need to get his current room. All we need to do is set his current room.
Oh, we'd set it. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
True.
And so yeah, I mean, but would an item teleport you, or could we get an exit that also teleport? Wait, no, that makes no sense.
Well, I mean, an exit would just have a different destination, unless it's a random teleporter.
I mean, we could have both, actually. I mean, we could have well, actually, how would we make it a random teleport? How do we randomly assign it a room to?
So every time the user enters the room that the exit has for an entrance or a source, it calls a function that pulls a random room from a list and sets that to its destination.
Do we already store the rooms somewhere? Don't we store it in a array list or something, or a hash table?
I know we store them in the dungeon as an array list, I want to say.
I think it's an array list too.
Yeah, we could just pull from there.
Yeah.
But how do we change that? How do we make the exit?
We just include or add a method to the exit class, or the subclass, I guess it would be, to avoid having this completely fuck up the game. Change the destination.
Yeah.
And when you enter the room, you know, or when I'm trying to think, like when you enter the room, it runs the function.
Yes. Okay. Well, when you enter the room, or you mean like not when you enter the room? It's when you take that exit in the room.
No, because you would take the exit after entering the room, and that would be when you want the destination to be set before you take the exit.
I mean, are you sure? Wait, why? Explain the reasoning why you'd want it to be set before you take the exit, because the exit's the thing that teleports you, right?
Right.
Like in the game, you say you enter a cave and you see like there's a west exit and then a south exit back from where you came from.
Sure, and an altar.
Sure.
You know, the altar is an exit.
Oh, the altar? Oh, okay. I was thinking like there's legit a door, right? And you go through the door and bam, you're in a room that you've already been to before, but it didn't lead to that room you just came from, you know?
Well,
like,
I mean, we could do it that way as well.
Yeah, but I think that the altar, since it was already used in Zork and we already know how it kind of works, we could do that. I like that.
I like the altar.
Well, I mean, the point is what the actual item in doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, hold up. Again, though, one thing I don't understand is why, when you enter the room, you have to know where the teleport is going to be. Why not figure that out?
You don't. The player doesn't.
No. But like the program does somehow. Why? Like.
Well, when else would you have it done?
Well, when you use the altar, you know.
But then the altar is not an exit; it's an item.
I mean,
like, how do you use an exit normally?
Sorry, I mean, when I say like you pray at the altar or something, you know, like I just don't see why it has to be like, oh, you're in this room, that random altar over there that you could use knows how you know where.
Well, okay. I think we're having a difference of conceptualization on this. Basically, I'm envisioning it as you walk through a doorway, i.e. an exit.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes you to a different location each time you walk through it.
Yeah. And why not the method that does that random, like that method is attached to that exit, right? And that method randomizes it, right?
Yeah.
So there would be no need for knowing in advance where you'd go. Like you're not going to know, like the player won't know, but nothing needs to be stored. Like nothing needs to be figured out. Like,
except that the destination of the exit is stored at the time that the exit is instantiated. Okay. So once the exit is accessible, it's been instantiated.
Well,
once we instantiate the exit, we could always to get the destination. We could use an SRAN.
I like that.
We can use SRAN to make a random number based on a null seed, so we can so it'll be different every time.
Yeah. But the question is still, when do we run that calculation? I'm saying run it when you enter the room that the teleporter is connected to, or the teleporter is an exit for.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if you see it working that way, then sure. I mean, if you can make it that, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I see it working that way. What I'm trying to understand is how you're seeing it work.
I mean,
I'm not saying my idea is right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, right now, my idea is the only one that I understand.
Well, I don't think that your idea is wrong. It's definitely doable that way. I just think that I don't know why you have to separate it into different steps, basically, you know? because
You haven't been paying attention to use cases, have you?
I mean, you could explain it to me if you think that would help.
Okay, well, think about it this way. What happens when you enter a room?
You could, I mean, the room kind of has a description.
Yep.
And you have contents in the room that you can pick up.
Yep.
And then you have
So
exits.
you read the room title.
Yeah.
Possibly read the description, depends on a couple things.
Yeah.
It's going to list off any items in the room.
Uh-huh.
And we'll probably list off the exits. So we've
Okay.
already got 4 or 5 other things happening when you enter the room.
Mm-hmm.
What's one more?
Well, you're right.
Okay.
Well, why not?
Uh-huh.
Right. When, say, you do an action at whatever's in the room, that would be the teleporter. Why not when you do the action, it it basically finds a random room and then changes the current room to that room.
Walk me through that again.
So say you pray at the altar, right? So you've entered the room already. You know, yeah, there's like candles and a weird book and there's an altar. You then
Okay, wait. I think I see where part of the disconnect is coming at it from. You're looking at it as an instance of an item that you do something with. Okay, you pray at the altar, you activate the switch, you throw the magic bottle, you read the words, whatever.
I mean, the way that we're looking at it, because I was looking at it as an actual exit, but you're looking at it as something you can kind of interact with, so you kind of do a command with, right?
Well, that seems to be what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. What I was conceptualizing is just like any other exit, you move a given direction.
Wait, so you would move
So
through the altar? At the altar?
Yeah.
So you'd step on the altar and you'd be like, bam, gone.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, that
so
could
move
work.
West. Congratulations, you're in the East Bunker now.
Well,
or wherever the hell we want to put it.
I see that being that's the thing we can do. But at least from my an opinion perspective, because I think at this point, we can do what you want to do and we can do what I want to do, but why do you want to make it that way? Why not make it like it is in Zork, to actually do an action?
Well, honestly, I don't have any one reason. Now that I understand the idea you're suggesting, I don't have any one reason to say do one over the other.
Mm-hmm.
As my father says, 6 and 1/2 dozen to the other. They're both workable ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do we want to do?
Yeah.
So let's do it this way. Alex.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to do?
I had my own idea, which I think is a combination of you guys.
God fucking damn it.
Shoot.
All right. Go ahead and make this already convoluted situation even more convoluted.
Well, if it, okay. So, if the rooms are stored in an array list, right? Then with a random number, we would make another method called get random room. Once we instantiate a new exit, which will be for the teleporter or altar, whatever it is, if the character decides to exit from the altar to wherever else, that wherever else could already be decided with the get random room method, which uses a random index of the array list and returns a room at that index.
Okay.
That it could work, and
okay. Hang on. You kind of took a side tangent into how this is going to work, but not answering how the user will interact with it.
Oh, I figured a user would. Well, it depends on what item we want to use as our teleporter. Like, do you want maybe the user would I don't know, if it's like a little item they use to teleport, or if it could either be an item or they could interact with something in the room that they can't put in their inventory. Like,
okay, so you're voting for having an item-based teleport.
I guess, yeah. It could go either way, I think.
Well, I know it can go either way. That's why we're having this conversation. I was suggesting we make it a exit type object. Dre was suggesting we make it an item-based object.
Well, solely for the preference of how you use it, like going in a general direction to would make sense if we were, at least for me, if we were doing it the way I wanted to do it at the beginning, like, oh, there's like a door to the west in this room that you can just go through and you're like, oh, wow, I'm in this random location now. That door teleported me. It's like a magical door.
Right.
But for an altar, I feel like you have to do some sort of action at the altar, to quote unquote use it.
Yeah. Hence why we're trying to figure out doing this as an exit, i.e. move west. Mm-hmm. And that puts you in the exit, which randomly puts you in another room as its destination. Or do it as an item. Wave the wand, read the spell book, pray at altar, whatever. And then that randomly teleports you.
Steven has it set up like wave the wand and that teleports you.
Okay.
I figured I would vote to do it that way.
Okay. Then we will do it as an item. We can worry about doing teleporting exits on our own time.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say we could do both, but that's going to be extra time.
Yeah. Yeah, if we have time, it might be something we'll look at doing. That actually really, really helps. Huh.
What?
Just screwing around with a couple action figures that I picked up.
Mm-hmm.
And basically I just put Black Widow's head. Oops. Oh no, Goku can't kick anymore. There it is. I just put Black Widow's head on Goku's body. And if it weren't for the fact that the head's a little bit too small, it actually kind of works.
Oh, that's really funny. Oh my gosh. Scarlett Johansson buff edition.
Yeah, one of the things that annoy me about this particular action figure is it's so brightly colored that a lot of detail gets lost in the body color. Mm-hmm. So I'm going through adding some shading.
Are you a fan of Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Have you played any of the games?
I have played most of the Tenkaichi Budokai series and both of the Dragon Ball Z Heroes games. Also, both Xenoverse.
I'm not really familiar with any of the games. I haven't really watched a lot of episodes, but I don't know if you're familiar, but there's a game that released this year that was apparently really critically acclaimed. I don't know the name of it, but Game Ranks recently did a top 10 games of 2020 so far, and it was included in there. And
yeah, it's probably Xenoverse.
It might be. It's the one where you kind of like relive a lot of the.
Legacies.
It might
That's
be.
the one I know you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, but something I've been getting into lately is toy photography.
Toy photography?
Yeah. Put them.
Is it like realistic toy photography or aesthetic toy photography?
Kind of yes.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
So like that's one that I've done. That's another one.
So you're using Photoshop for this, right? Or
yeah.
other picture.
Yeah, these are all Photoshop.
Mm-hmm. Now,
This whenever loads.
hold up. Let me.
There we go. This one is actually not Photoshopped any beyond the. Did I do Photoshop on the background? I can't remember if I used Photoshop or a monitor in the background for this, but yeah.
Hold up. Let me send a. I guess.
Anyway.
There's this person who takes Star Wars action figures and
It's not Sir Dork 007, is it?
I don't know, but I'm looking at it right now because I remember seeing it a bunch over the internet where he would like put it in mud, put it in really like any environment. Like he would actually make the environment out of realistic things. And say it was like a battlefield scene, he would actually have miniature like firecracker explosives going on.
Yep.
Right as he took
I'm almost positive that's Sir Dork 007.
Yeah.
I already follow him.
Yeah, those pictures are incredible, but yeah.
Yeah. That is what got me started in this.
Have you considered doing anything like that, like kind of like a live action photo shoot?
I have.
Okay.
I actually built a studio. Well, not a studio per se, but do I have a picture of it? Yeah, here we go.
I was like, man, the sun's gonna go down by the time we're done with this call, and I'm gonna go for a jog. But like now looking at it, like, damn, it's gonna be time to go to bed.
Yeah, like this is the studio I built, quote unquote.
Well, yeah, right now it's the green screen studio, right?
Yeah, but do I have one of? Okay, so here is an example. Okay, so like this box I built so that I could fill it with different materials. So like mulch for forest or sand for desert, and then building several set pieces with trees, with branches like that. That'll be trees. I mean, right now I'm just building up my collection. I've only really been trying to do this for a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
So, and oh, by the way, I've been in class.
Yes, that too.
Yeah. So, but speaking of that, back to this. So, okay, so teleporting items. So, will be an item, i.e., use item to initiate effect. Okay. Anything else that you think we should talk about for teleporting item?
I don't think so.
What's that?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't have any other ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, I always have ideas, but nothing that we should implement for this specific project.
Okay. Any ideas about teleporting? Other than being able to teleport and get dinner?
Yes. No. No, I don't have any more ideas.
Okay. Hunger counter. So once again, it's going to start at 12 and decreases every time you enter a room. So, food items will need to have a, well, I guess they already do. Let me look at this. Yeah, so like, I thought they already did. Yeah, there we go. So like donut, has the eat command. When you eat it, it disappears and you take -2 wounds. So when you eat something that has the eat command, it will replenish first your health, And only if your health is already at 12, replenish your hunger.
Okay, so if you eat while injured, it only replenishes your health and not your hunger.
So conceptually, what I would like to see this do is have a scale that goes 0 to 24, and just call 0 to 12 your health and 13 to 24 your hunger. That way, you can have, like, let's say you have health 11, and then you eat a donut that gives you 2 wounds back. So you'd have 12 health, 1 hunger, but overall your score is 13. Or not your score, but your health.
Why not pull a Minecraft and just have food, just heal your hunger, like make your hunger go back to, full. And then let's say every room you just increase your health by 1.
If your hunger is at 12?
Yeah, if your hunger is at 12. Oh, wait, hold up. Never mind, because your hunger ticks down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now, there is a way we can talk about getting around that, where when your hunger is at 12, it takes X number of room changes for it to go down.
Well, yeah, but then again, it would only, either way, eating will not fully restore your health. However, we could do that. We could make it so. Actually,
so it's like, let's say your hunger is at 12. Okay, say it takes 4 rooms before it'll drop to 11.
But still, though,
well, in those 4 turns, well, 3 really, because on the 4th one it would drop to 11.
Yeah.
But for those 3 turns, you would regenerate 3 health.
What I was thinking is, like, we could discuss what's the best way to do this, or we could discuss what's the best way to do this in a timely manner. And I think that eating should restore your health and your hunger.
Okay, so like the donut, wounds -2. So 1 health, 1 hunger, 2 health, 0 hunger, 2 health, 2 hunger. Which one are you talking about?
Actually, you know what? Now looking at what the examples he's given us, I think that eating should completely restore hunger, and then each different item could, like in the the Zork file he gives us, each different item can have its own. We don't have to predetermine, like, the Zork file writer can determine how much each item will heal you by.
Right, but we're the ones making the writer.
Yeah, we're the ones who
so same question. So same question.
Yeah.
The donut gives you, or takes away 2 wounds, 2 health points, for lack of a better word.
Yes.
Okay. Is that 2 health points that get applied to health first, and then anything that's left over gets applied to hunger? 2 points that get applied to hunger but not health? 1 to 1 on each?
Okay.
2 in both?
I think 2 to health, and then completely restore hunger.
Okay, so eating, period.
Yes.
Restores hunger.
Unless it's like something that's poisonous, it'll just kill you. But yes.
Yeah. You drink the hemlock, you feel nourished. By the way, your health is going down.
Wow, you sure aren't hungry, but you're dead.
I don't know, I could actually see that.
Yeah. That could be like a... Do we have a special death message? Like, you died by this?
Yeah, you died because you were a dumbass. Okay, so yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So, okay. So eating...
Do it.
So, eating anything restores hunger to 12.
Yes.
40-minute time limit. Gotta love it. So, eating anything adds the negative wound count to your health. Okay. All right. Strength. We do need to kind of hammer this out a little bit. A little bit more, I mean. So every X points your player accrues and score, the strength stat increases by a certain value. So say you've earned 25 points. How many points should strength have increased by?
Maybe strength would go up by 1 every 5 points. As a
Okay, works for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Every 5 points, you get an extra point of strength.
Okay. So every 5 points, that increases by 1. Okay. And 2 points of carry capacity for every point of strength over 0.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Two units of carry space for every 1 strength. Is that what you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so at strength 1, you can carry 42, strength 2, 44, so on and so forth.
Yes.
Now, if we do that, then we can have items that weigh a lot. And
Okay. And let me see what deliverables we need to do this week. Okay. So, CPSC. I want to say use cases are need to be in this week. 72.
There has to be
UML design. So
several UML design diagrams.
What's that?
It says there's several UML design. Wait. So are you looking at the deliverables right now?
Yes.
Okay. So you know how 2, like on step 2, it says 1 or more UML class diagrams, right?
Yep.
But then under that 3, it says several UML sequence diagrams, and then it shows like 4 different. Do we have? Those aren't examples. Like we have to do those as well, right?
We would have to have sequence diagrams for score and health because we have to have score and health.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We would also need a sequence diagram for the transform event because we're going to have the transform event on certain items. And we'd have to have a sequence diagram showing the teleport event because we're going to have a teleport event. And then we would need to have at least 1 sequence diagram for each supplemental feature we're doing.
Now, will one software, if we all get the same software, would it be able to handle all of these?
I have done all of this in draw.io, and I know it'll handle that.
Okay, I've never used any of this.
Well, we're coming up on our 40-minute mark.
Yeah.
So let's do this. In the next 6 minutes, let's decide who is going to do what. And then we'll take like a 5-minute break. I've been handling clay again, so I gotta wash my hands. And then we'll come back for one more meeting, and I'll go over using draw.io.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So, all right. 7-3 assignments. Okay. So we need to have UML class diagram for Zork++. This needs to include main program, which will now have health, score, strength stats. What else are we going to have? NPCs. Which will have communicate ability.
Wait, do we have to do everything we're doing or just what he lists? Because he only lists 4 sequence diagrams.
Everything that's relevant to Zork.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's sort of like when we went from Zork to Zork 2 to Zork 3. He didn't recreate the original diagrams and then add on to them. He just had the diagrams showing what had changed since previous.
Well, those were UML. Just UML class diagrams. These are sequence diagrams.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, you're just going over class. Okay, never mind. No, okay, I was just focusing on the sequence diagrams. Okay, my bad.
All right, so NPCs communicate, take item, give item, unlock, exit. Okay. They can comment on inventories. Okay. Crafting. So, crafting class.
And keep in mind, you're also gonna have to keep it to figure out the changes we're gonna have to make to already existing classes like game state, exit, and stuff like that.
I'm gonna remind me about that when we come back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, and we gotta do use case scenarios too. All right. I will work on this a little bit. What else do we need UML class diagrams for? Hunger. That'll just be a game state, right?
Yeah.
Did we want to put score in game state too?
Or health. Okay. I guess strength would be in game state too, wouldn't it?
Yes, and score, we said we would keep it out just for expandability after this class ends, right?
Did we? I know we talked about that. I don't recall us coming to that conclusion.
Well, I thought that's what you said you wanted to do. However,
right, that was what I wanted to do. Do we want to do that?
I mean,
very well could.
Okay,
it won't really
so
make it
new
harder,
class.
right? So yeah,
that's fine. Health score. Okay. So, and then use case scenarios.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So do we have to only do the ones he's shown?
Well, actually, we've got about a minute left before our timer kicks out. So what I'm going to say is 6-minute break. Come back at 10:45.
All right.
All right.
Peace out, guys, again, for the third time.